Manchester United just sent a warning shot across the Premier League. They lost 1-0 to Arsenal, but for 80 minutes, they made title contenders look like a championship side. This wasn't the Manchester United we've known. This was something completely different, something terrifying. Amorim's tactical revolution turned Old Trafford into a laboratory, and Arsenal were the test subjects. The results? Pure domination that should have every Premier League manager losing sleep. If you think you know what Manchester United are capable of this season, you're about to find out why you're completely wrong. To understand why Premier League teams should be terrified of Manchester United, you need to know where they came from. Just months ago, this was a club that had hit rock bottom. 15th place in the Premier League, toxic dressing room, fans losing patience. Then Ruben Amorim walked through the doors at Old Trafford and didn't just change the team. He ripped apart everything that was broken and rebuilt it from scratch. Step 1. Face the fall. Admit you're broken. Step 2. Rebuild with ruthless precision. Step 3. Full focus, no distractions. And against Arsenal, we saw the finished product. This wasn't the Manchester United that finished 15th. This was something completely different. For 80 minutes, they made title contenders look ordinary. Gone was the static, predictable team that relied on individual brilliance. In its place, a high-pressing, fast-transitioning machine that suffocated one of the Premier League's best teams. The transformation is complete, from the club that lost respect for itself to the team that just showed every Premier League manager what they're capable of. This isn't just improvement, this is evolution, and it all starts with how they've weaponized their pressing game. What we witnessed against Arsenal wasn't just pressing, it was tactical suffocation. Amorim has created what he calls an intelligent press with one simple objective: force the opposition to go long, then dominate them in the air. Look at the coordination here. Mount, Cunha, and Mbeumo aren't pressing like headless chickens. They're operating as pressing triggers. When they engage with intensity, it signals the entire team to swarm the opposition with man-to-man marking. But here's the genius. When Arsenal were forced long toward Gyökeres, Shaw, and especially De Ligt were absolutely imperial in the air. Every single long ball was intercepted and recovered by United's backline. And it didn't stop there. Casemiro, Bruno, and the wingbacks were winning every second ball in midfield. Once United won possession, they didn't panic. They kept the ball, stayed composed, and immediately looked to attack. The result? Arsenal, one of the Premier League's most possession-based teams, were reduced to launching hopeful long balls and losing almost every aerial duel. This pressing intensity is something United haven't shown in years. Under previous managers, they'd press sporadically, without coordination. Now they press with purpose, intelligence, and devastating effectiveness. If Arsenal, with their technical ability and press-resistant players, look this uncomfortable, imagine what this system will do to teams with less composure on the ball. But what made this performance truly terrifying wasn't just the system, it was how every single player stepped up and delivered exactly what Amorim needed from them. Start with Matheus Cunha, the player who created what we're calling the Hornet's Nest effect. He was positioning himself perfectly between Arsenal's pressing forwards and their deeper midfielders, too high for Rice and Zubimendi to track, too deep for the front three to worry about. And once he got the ball in these pockets, he was absolutely unstoppable. Look at this run, picking up possession and driving straight at Arsenal's backline at full speed. This is the player United got from Wolves, and he's turned into their secret weapon. Then there's Bryan Mbeumo, 20 goals last season at Brentford, and he brought every bit of that threat to Old Trafford. His movement on the right flank, his pressing intensity, his ability to create chances out of nothing. Arsenal had no answer. Matthijs de Ligt was a colossus at the back. Every Arsenal long ball, every set piece, every aerial duel, he won them all. This is why United brought him in, and he's already proving to be one of the signings of the season. Bruno Fernandes in his new, deeper role was revelation, no longer isolated, no longer carrying the entire creative burden alone. With Cunha and Mbeumo providing movement ahead of him, he could finally play the passes that make him world-class. Mason Mount's pressing triggers were flawless, knowing exactly when to engage and when to drop back. This is the player United always hoped they were getting. Luke Shaw returned to form with progressive passing and attacking intent that reminded everyone why he was once England's first-choice left-back. This wasn't one or two players performing, this was an entire team executing at the highest level. When United's individuals play like this within Amorim's system, they become genuinely unplayable. But here's what should genuinely terrify Premier League managers. What Arsenal faced was just one version of Manchester United, and when Amorim made one simple substitution, everything changed. Benjamin Sesko came on for just a few minutes, barely touched the ball, but his introduction revealed something frightening. United have multiple tactical weapons, and this depth makes them completely unpredictable. Look at Cunha's positioning before and after Sesko arrived. In the first half, he was dropping deep, helping in build-up, too far from goal. But with Sesko as a focal point, Cunha could finally move to his preferred left side, picking up the ball on the edge of the box where he's most dangerous. The same thing happened to Mbeumo. Instead of being stuck in build-up play, he was suddenly getting into the penalty area consistently. With Sesko pinning the backline, Mbeumo had the freedom to become the finisher he was at Brentford. And the partnerships that emerged were genuinely exciting. Cunha and Dorgu combining on the left, creating that dovetail where if one goes, the other can drop in. Mbeumo and Ahmad on the right becoming a genuine threat. Here's the key insight from the analysis. This wasn't just a substitution, it was a tactical revelation. United suddenly had two traditional center forwards in Sesko and Mbeumo, with Cunha as the creative link between midfield and attack. What makes this terrifying is the options Amorim has. He can play with false nines, traditional strikers, fluid front threes, or this new system with Cunha as the connector. Arsenal faced one version. Imagine trying to prepare for a team with this much tactical flexibility. This is just the beginning of what United can do. When other Premier League teams are trying to figure out how to stop them, Amorim can simply change the system mid-game and present a completely different threat. So here's the reality that should keep every Premier League manager awake at night. United have something no other top team has this season: complete focus. No European competitions, no midweek distractions. While Arsenal, City, and Liverpool are rotating squads and managing fixture congestion, United can train, recover, and prepare with total intensity. This is what should terrify the Premier League. We've seen glimpses of what Cunha can do when he gets the ball more often, what Mbeumo offers in the box, what Bruno provides in his new role, but they're still learning each other's games, still adapting to Amorim's system. So yes, United lost 1-0 to Arsenal, but what they showed in those 80 minutes of dominance was a glimpse of their true potential. And if this is what they can do while still evolving, still learning, still adapting, then every Premier League team should be very, very worried about what's coming next. Drop a like if you're convinced United are genuinely back, and let us know in the comments, which team do you think will struggle the most against Amorim's new look United?